Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad AL-AMIN bin Haji Ahmad. I am from 5 Al-Asfar, SEKOLAH Arab Sultan Haji HASSANAL BOLKIAH. Today, I am going to tell you a story about seeds of thought. When teacher Katrina arrived at Kampung Ulu, a quiet village by the sea, the students didn't know what to make of her. With her laptop, speaker, and colorful charts, she was nothing like the teachers they had known. The boys, used to helping their fathers fish or farm, saw school as just a break between chores. Meanwhile, the girls expected their mothers cook and clean. Often sat quietly in class, unsure why they needed to learn more. But teacher Katrina had a different plan. On her first week, she brought a small projector. "Let's go on a trip to space," she said, clicking a button as the classroom filled with images of stars and planets. The students gasped. They had never seen anything like it. Teacher Katrina's space lesson had the class buzzing. At first, the students sat wide-eyed as Jupiter spun across the screen and rockets launched into the sky. But as the lesson went on, the excitement began to fade. The words orbit, gravity, and galaxies flew past like comets. Hands dropped, whispers spread. "Teacher, I don't get it," one boy mumbled. "What's the point? I'm going to fish, not fly," another added, slumping in his seat. A girl at the back quietly said, "This isn't for people like us." Teacher Katrina paused. She turned off the projector and sat on the edge of her desk. "I know this is hard," she began gently, "and I know you think space is far away, something only smart people or rich people talk about." The room was silent. "But did you know that satellites in space help fishermen find fish? That the weather check before planting your crops is from space stations? That girls, just like some of you, have become astronauts and engineers?" The students looked up. "You may not leave this village, but knowledge can take you far, much further than you can think. Learning isn't just about getting a job, it's about seeing more, dreaming bigger, and knowing your worth. You don't have to get it all day, but don't give up. I'm here to help you try." One by one, the hands slowly lifted again. The projector came back on, and so did the stars. The next week, teacher Katrina took them back to the beach, not to collect shells, but to measure tides and test water quality. She taught them how this could help fishermen. "Science is everywhere," she said, handing out simple tools. For the first time, the students saw their own village as not just a place to work, but as a place full of learning. "Imagine your mind as a river," teacher Katrina began, as the students sat around, admiring the sand and sea in a new light. "Every lesson, every question, every challenge is a tribute, feeding that river, making it stronger and deeper." The students leaned forward, a spark of understanding flickering in their eyes as they imagined their thoughts flowing and growing. Halim, a joyful boy with neat hair and searching eyes, hesitantly raised his hand. "But what if the river gets blocked?" he asked, uncertainly clouding his voice. Teacher Katrina smiled, walking slowly down the hall walkway. Her footsteps were echoing in the sudden silence. "Obstacles are part of every journey," she replied softly. "A quality education teaches you not just facts, but how to think powerfully. to find new paths, break through barriers, and keep your river flowing strong no matter what stands in your way. The class was silent, each student lost in thought as the metaphor sinks in, the sounds of waves punctuating the moment. Halim sat straighter, his eyes alight with newfound confidence. So, if I keep learning, my thoughts can become powerful enough to change things. Teacher Katrina nodded, pride glimmering in her eyes. The other students nodded as well, feeling the truth of her words settle deep within them in the heart and thoughts. Over time, even the quietest girls raised their hands to ask questions, and the boys stayed after class to help clean the whiteboard and ask if they could try her tablet. They started talking about being teachers, scientists, and writers, dreams they had never dared to speak out loud before. Teacher Katrina watched them go. Her heart was full. She knew that with every lesson, she was not just teaching facts but planting seeds for powerful thoughts that will one day shape the world. The classroom empties, but the current of inspiration lingers, flowing quietly, powerfully, on and on.